What's up, guys? We're gonna Real Beats, and I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make a Bossman Dlow type beat. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop into it. So BPM, you probably want some a little bit faster. I just chose 160. I think that's a good sweet spot. Scale, things like that. You could just default to the D sharp minor. So we can just drag that in. I'm gonna just name it so you know what we're doing. And this style is incredibly easy to make. Mostly it's just like you really gotta hook the drums up, but here are the sounds we have. We'll just start with the melody, and what we're gonna do with all of these sounds is pretty much just layer them. Now if you're trying to make this style and you're struggling, the reason why is probably because you're not layering it. It's not your melody, it's because you're not layering these sounds enough. So here are my sounds that I have. I just picked this one. This is Bright Humbucker, and this is a stock, all stock sounds here. And you can see the sounds right here if I zoom in, right? So they're all named, but yeah, we have this one I picked, and then this Computer Tape. I thought that sounded pretty nice. And then Enlightenment, this one of my favorite presets. And then these little strings. So you're gonna want brass and strings as well if you want it to sound like dark. And then we got this one here and this. Okay, so those are the sounds, and we're just gonna layer this. So let's make our melody. I'm gonna go a little bit larger for the quantizing here. So for this melody, it's going to be very simple. You want these very sustained notes, so you want like longer notes here. You don't want super quick notes, so we're going to obviously start on our D sharp, and of course we want that dark vibe, so we're going to use these notes here. Okay, so I'm gonna do something like this. Start off, maybe we can shrink it down a little bit, something like that. I'm gonna kind of let it flam a bit so it's not so like perfect, and then I'm gonna turn down this velocity just slightly. Right, so now it's a little bit more lively. It's not so like robotic, right? And then we could take this F and we can pull this up an octave. I don't know why it's not working. There we go. Okay. And let's copy that over, right? So it's pretty simple. And then you just want to adjust as you see. So I'm gonna just take this, pull this up an octave, boom, and just replace that note. It doesn't need to be perfect if you want it to sound a little bit, you want some variation in there. And I'm gonna just shrink this down so you can see all the notes. It's kind of a large area, but this is pretty easy, right? It's nothing crazy going on. And I'm just listening to it and see like if there's anything I want to change. If not, we'll just kind of move on. Okay, I like that. I'm cool with that. Let's pull this over. And if you want to add variation, you can, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this is perfect. This is all we really need. I would say we probably even went too far. So yeah, I'll just play it one time through. Right, you can see those offsets really kind of gives it some life. If we were to quantize it completely, just to show you, it would just sound super like robotic, right? Right, like you kind of want it to sound a little bit more humanized. So we're gonna keep that, and then all we're gonna do is literally just copy this to everyone. And this is the trick, okay? So paste it in. And then we'll do this one. And then we're gonna add our strings in. Again, we're just pasting. If you want to add other melodies, you can, but usually with this style, the melody kind of wants to be in the background, and you want the vocals and kind of like the drums to stand out. So you don't have to do that much work. So we'll just put these brass in. And I'm gonna put these on bar so they repeat. Now you're probably wondering, okay, why are we doing all this layering? It's because what you're gonna do is you're gonna put effects on top. So you could do halftime, you could do a little gross beat, or you could pitch it down, pitch it up, and just EQ it. So let's go ahead, and I guess we could finish the beat first so everything's in harmony, and then we can add the effects which will probably just load up some like stock stuff for you. But yeah, let's go ahead and add our 808s or our low end in. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into our low end. So you don't really need a kick because most 808s have kicks built in, but I just added one for that extra like punch. But what my recommendation for the low end is you don't want to get too creative, but you want to create a like memorable 808 pattern. So I'm gonna mute probably like, we could do something like that just so we can really hear the bass. And this is pretty simple, just gonna use a D sharp, right? Pretty simple. I'm gonna shift D, and then yeah, you just want to come up with something that's like basic, but you don't want it to be too basic though, right? Because you want to stand out a little bit. So we could do something like this, and then let me see, maybe we do like a, maybe we can do like a double, something like this. And then I'm gonna pull this up an octave, and then I'm gonna go to slide, and I'm gonna just replace it. It's probably a better way to do that, but it's just how I'm doing it. And I'm gonna put all this up, so make sure the velocity is full. You don't have to do this, you could just turn it up other ways, but this is just an easy way to do it. And then I'm gonna copy this over and make a more like basic version over here. So now we're at the 5th bar, okay? Just so you can keep up. Kind of make that, center that for you, and then yeah, we just pull this down. I don't know, we could do just something simple like that. Boom. So there's our 808. Let's play it. Very, very simple. And then for the kick, obviously you can just copy it, paste it in. We're gonna go in here and you can Alt K, and this will pop up here. Now once this pops up, you can right click one of these notes, and then you can see it'll just auto lock to that note. So mine is set to C5, and yeah, you can just kind of do it like that. You can see kind of with that those high notes is just clashing a little bit, but it's okay. Like I said, you don't need the kick, right? But it's there if we need it. So yeah, let's go ahead and add these drums in, and then we'll go ahead and get to that processing. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into the drums. So this is gonna be pretty simple. Usually with like the hi-hats, you would want, and I'm gonna just throw these in. You want like this little triplet pattern here, something like this, typically. Something like that, and then you can obviously deviate from that. So if you want to like, you know, add some other stuff, of course you probably would want to add some other stuff. So we can like offset this, right? And you just want to play off of the drums that you already have, and it's pretty simple. I'm gonna bar these up, and then we can kind of play around with these, right? And then we can actually maybe do something with this. I'm gonna do a slide. Okay, so just do a little, pull it down. I'm gonna just, I don't want it too up front, and then we could just copy it like this and pull it down. Something like that, right? Doesn't need to be perfect. And I'm gonna turn this looping off so it loops like that. Boom. So now we're gonna do the rest of these, and these you just want to throw in sparingly. You don't want it to be annoying because it's gonna be already chaotic as is. So, and I'm gonna just change the sound up so we have something different to listen to. Okay, so I'm gonna, as I'm gonna go, I'm gonna move this out the way. I'm gonna mess around with like the velocity and stuff, so you can kind of play around with it so it's not so perfect. You can do a little bit of panning, stuff like that. I don't know if I like this better. I kind of like that a little bit better. And then we can add like one of these little things here. Let's like this. And play around with this a little bit. Let's see. I'm gonna turn it down slightly, and I think that's good. And I'm not gonna bar them up because I don't want this to get, you know, annoying to listen to. So I'll just play it one time through. Okay, and I know it's crackling a lot, and I'm gonna actually turn this back. So remember, this is just part of our melody. This is prep, so our actual melody won't sound like this. Right, we're gonna put effects on it. So let's go ahead and do our effects and mixing and stuff. Now we're gonna get into the effects. So I used all stock stuff for this because I didn't think you really needed like any third-party plugins. So for this, and I pretty much just put everything, all of our instruments on one channel or bus here. And yeah, I just turned it down a bit, and I'll just mute it so we can hear it. So, you know, it was louder. And then let me stop this. And then I separated it a little bit so it's a little bit wider. And then the first thing that I added here, I'll just mute these, is just a reverb. So with this reverb, okay, I just turned the decay up, and I just kind of turned the dryness down so it's a little bit just so it's very ambient. And then I'll probably turn this low up. Okay, so that's pretty much what I did there. And then after that, I added a chorus. There was no reason, I just tried it and it sounded good. So this is what it sounds like. Off, on. Just gives it some movement. So obviously, as you can see, we have a halftime here. So yeah, it's just basic halftime. I didn't touch anything, just a simple halftime. And this is where that layering of our sounds kind of shines now. So yeah, now it sounds a lot better, especially for this type of beat. It's very dark, so we got what we want. And then on top, I just kind of edited it a bit. So, you know, we got a little EQ, lighten it up. And if you want to, you can actually record, like if you want to, like, I don't know, like if you want to do something like that, you can. And usually I like to do that with simple stuff like this. We could just do one now, actually. Let's you want to make sure that your automations are set. Usually I have automation notes and audio set or checked. I don't usually do clips because I never really need that, but you want to make sure this is checked up here. I don't know if you, you can't see that, but yeah, you want to have that checked, and then basically you just want to play it and then just go have. Right, and then once we record it, it's already recorded, and then you just play it and you'll see it move. All right, so now that we have that, and then just on top, you want to add a compressor. You don't need one, but usually I just add one just so the dynamics aren't all over the place, right? Because if someone's rapping on it, you don't want like the melody, you know, popping up super high and then low, right? You want it consistent. So I just kind of crunched it down. And you can adjust the volume with this if you need. Okay, so that is the effect rundown, pretty simple. And then on top, just, you know, as you can see, basic stuff like just boosting the highs a little bit. And then in the EQ, I'll just turn everything on. Right, and then our EQ, I usually just, you already know this, I just use this EQ just to kind of touch things up, make it a little crispy, take some stuff out. And then soft clipper, of course, this is what my soft clipper is looking like. This is at -8.7, as you can see. Pretty simple. And then that's pretty much it, nothing crazy. And then we can just listen to it once or twice through. So here you go. All right, and then I forgot to do the automation for the other half too, because I forgot it was 8 bars instead of 4. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.